I'm Desiree Jones. Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Desiree Jones, or Des for short, and welcome to Hey, nice to meet you, the Networking Podcast, the podcast that teaches you how to establish your network and maintain relationships both on and off the screen. And I have two amazing guests here. We got Justice and Jaquez. Did I say that right? Jaquez. Yes, we have Justice and Jaquez as guests on the podcast. So this is going to be super fun. Welcome. How are you guys feeling? How y'all doing?
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Feeling great. A little excited, a little nervous,
Yeah.
I'm very appreciative you inviting us today, and I'm excited.
Awesome. Yeah. Yes. So we're going to get more into you guys and just talking, having some fun. But first, we're going to get into the topic. So today's topic is, hey, did you follow up again? Because you got to follow up. Networking is not just about communicating, but it's also about communicating again and again and following up and creating that consistent conversation with the people you want to connect with. So we have these two amazing gentlemen here, both from HBCUs, and we're about to just turn up and have fun with like this awesome podcast. So I'm like super excited. So before we get into our topic, we're gonna get into the book of the day. Yeah. So if there are new listeners here, I do a book of the day because reading is fundamental and it's very important to continue to make it a habit. If you prefer audiobooks, that's totally fine, but something about like the touch of a book and the flip of a page just brings solitude to the mind. So with that, I'm going to ask the two guests we have here what books they'd like to shout out today. Whoever wants to go first.
My book of the day, I would say is Think and Grow Rich, a Black choice, right? So we've been able to network with some people on campus, and we've been able to actually meet with our interim director of the College of Business. Me and Justin, we both are in the College of Business at school, and he.
Which school, by the way? Sorry, let
North
people
Carolina,
know.
North Carolina A&T.
Aggie
All right.
Pride.
Right. And so basically, we've been able to gain a mentor from the intern of College of Business, and he recommended us to read Think and Grow Rich, a Black choice. So I'm pretty sure some people that's probably listening probably heard or read Think and Grow Rich, but a Black choice, it hits on a different level.
Oh, okay. It's funny because in one of the episodes, literally like probably 2 episodes ago, that was the book of the day. It was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So I'm actually interested to read this one now. So I'm sure it's definitely got more layers to it. So that's awesome. Right. Thank you, Jaquez. Right?
Yeah.
Did I say right? Okay, great.
Right.
What about you, Justice?
Think and Grow Rich is on my list, but I'm not quite there yet. I'm gonna actually give two different perspectives. So shout out HBCU for this one. The Startup Playbook. It's a way to look at business in a different perspective. Understand it and how to create your business the right way. So being an entrepreneur, that's definitely something you want to know. And then this one's just a little bit like a mind-boggling one. The Da Vinci Code. It shows you different things about the world. Kind of opens you up to some of the interconnectivity of the world, and it's an interesting book.
Okay, great. Oh, so can you restate the name and the type and the author, just in case people want to like search it up while they're listening?
Gotcha. Sorry about that. So the first one is The Startup Playbook by Rajat Bhargava. Also by Wiley. Textbooks, the ones that do all of the school textbooks and stuff.
Nice.
And then the second one is The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown.
Nice.
Yes, and then Think and Grow Rich. It is by Napoleon Hill as well as Dennis Kimbrough, right? So Dennis Kimbrough, he was able to see the manuscript of what Napoleon Hill wrote. He was able to kind of give his perspective and actually interview different successful Black entrepreneurs and kind of get their perspective to help facilitate this book.
Blackify.
Awesome. All right, Blackify. I'll take it. That's what's up. We need more. Bring in all the Black. We need everything. Submerge it. I love it. These are awesome books, and I will also check them out. And I'll be sure to have links to all of these book selections as well. So y'all just text me later with the books. But yes. Definitely. So now we're going to get into the topic. Hey, did you follow up again? Yes, I remember episode 3, I believe, is the original. Hey, did you follow up? So we're going to reiterate the purpose of following up, because again, following up is another, pretty much honestly, it could be another skill set within networking that can literally change the destiny of where you see yourself going. All you need to do is just say something, reach out again. So following up is hard because there's a lot that goes into following up with someone, especially if this someone could be new. It requires persistence, commitment, and follow through. So we're going to dive into you guys. So if you have your introductions, or just tell us a little bit more about each of you and what brings you to the podcast. Welcome.
Welcome. So yes, I am Jaquez Baldwin. I am a senior business management student at the illustrious North Carolina A&T State University, right? And so, well, before I get into our little business intro, I'll let Justice introduce himself as well.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I am Justice Sims McCray. I am a senior at the illustrious North Carolina A&T. My major, entrepreneurship. So, this is me. This is what we do. This is what both of us do,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so basically, we met at A&T, and we saw the opportunity of so many entrepreneurs starting and taking that leap of faith for entrepreneurship. And so we decided to come up with our own business, right? And so our business is B.I.B. Business is business, right? So it's a marketing firm that helps small businesses create genuine business connections, right? By restructuring their sales process, right? So when you think about that, the sales process includes that one major thing, following up, right? So at B.I.B, we're all about connections, right? So connections could be resources, it could be people, right? So when you think about it, the people could be either their clients or business partners or investors. But in business, we all want clients or people to sell to, right? Or we all want business partners or people to help us along the way. And then we all want investors or people to fund our venture. And so then becomes the question of how do we get those connections, right? So there's 3 steps to gain in any type of connection. Now, as the episode go on, we can kind of reveal those 3 steps.
Nice. All
Yes.
right. Well, this is awesome. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. B.I.B. So like, what was the process like of just like creating your own company? Like how did this go about? Justice, you want to let us know?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it took years, it's business. So it's gonna take some time to really create it the way you want it to be, the way you see it being. But, it started back in freshman year, about spring semester. It's funny, I actually put up a Twitter post, asking people who wants to start a business, kind of, who's interested in starting a legitimate business that will last us. And a few people responded, and then I followed up with the serious ones, made sure we could meet. So then we met, we kind of chopped it up, talked about our environment, talked about who we were, and, kind of went in depth on what we felt like a lot of problems in the area was, because finding that problem within business is definitely important for your business. So we made sure we did that, and then from there we've been just building and growing through series of programs, working on our business every summer, applying a lot of time and effort to it. So it's been a long time in the making, I promise.
That's awesome. Well, so I didn't go to North Carolina A&T, but I did go to Hampton, another HBCU.
Okay.
So yeah. So I'm actually excited for GHO. Like I've never been, and I already graduated, but like I gotta go back. I've never been to GHO. I heard it's been lit. Hopefully, I don't know. Do y'all know when like homecoming is for y'all yet? Like ours is October 22nd. We just found that out like last week.
Oh no, I haven't heard of it yet, but I know they are
Okay.
coming with it soon.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
they dropped the exact date for next time, but it's around the
Okay.
same time.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Oh, that's so exciting. So like, how has your like HBCU experience been? Because we're in a pandemic, so I'm sure it hasn't been like, like how it used to be, but I'm sure y'all actually had your spin on it. You had to do what you had to do. So talk about that. How's your experience been? Because y'all are seniors now. Holy crap.
Exactly. We're seniors, and that's the crazy part about it. That you mentioned the pandemic and stuff. It's like, because we're seniors, we actually got a taste of everything. We got the taste of before the pandemic, or when the pandemic didn't even exist. Then we got the taste of being in the pandemic, or how we can kind of maneuver the fact that we have this type of this hindrance to us, and then we are still here when we're kind of, I don't want to call it, I guess we're kind of moving out of the pandemic, but we've kind of got a little bit of everything. But I can tell you that campus was crazy freshman year. We could go to, we got a big calf, we got a small calf. And for people that go to A&T, that the big calf on Fridays, fried chicken Fridays, it's amazing. It's a
fried chicken Fridays. Oh my goodness.
It's a different type of vibe there. And we've been, then it was, you could have DJs in a cab, people were just enjoying themselves. And the atmosphere was very much different and live. However, pandemic came, we had to migrate from school, everybody go back home. So we had to go through that transition. Then we come back, we got to put on a mask. So things are a little different now. However, we are approaching Aggie Fest, so we always have something coming at school that brings that excitement. But I definitely think people are going to reiterate that little live motion we had going on freshman year. Aggie Fest coming up in a couple of weeks.
Honestly, I know we're gonna bring the energy back for Aggie Fest. I personally think that Aggie Fest is better than GHO, but that's just me.
Oh.
Wow.
Look, I like being outside, it's always great energy. GHO, it's a little bit more so for the alumni, but Aggie Fest is all students, it's all us. We just having fun all week. And like before the pandemic, like the first year and a half we were on campus, it was crazy. Like that environment, that atmosphere is just different. Being around your own people, everybody feeling good. You step on campus, everybody dressed nice, because it's a fashion show at HBCU.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So everybody dressing nice. You walk into the student center, it's deep, everybody looking, everybody talking. It was a great time. And like he said, we had DJs on campus doing parties and stuff. We used to do something called U Time in the student center, which is like we'll get together, the DJ be like on the student center steps right in the middle of the whole student center playing music, everybody in the lobby just dancing, having fun. Like it was a great time. But then that pandemic period hit, and it's kind of like a reclusive moment. Like I feel like for some people, we kind of had to take a step back and like reanalyze a lot of things and rethink on stuff. Personally, that's when I really started to get into my bag with business and really realize what I had at hand and opportunity wise. And from there, it's kind of just been, I will build on that. And then now that we going back outside a little bit more, now it's just like, okay, now I get to have fun, be a businessman, finish my college career off right. So it's an experience, it's definitely an experience.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be springtime soon. It's gonna be nice and sunny, not gloomy anymore. Like I'm sure everybody gonna be outside. So I'm here for it. I might have to pop up on Aggie Fest. Is that just like you said it was a student thing, so maybe not, but maybe next time. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of fun if you do, I promise you.
All right. Okay. Whenever it is, like, just let me know the date. I might just have to pull up, and I'm so serious. I will pull up, but like, I might need a tour or something because I've never been to the campus, and I know a lot of people from A&T, and I'm just like, it's crazy. I just still haven't gotten. So that's shame on me. Oh my gosh.
I ain't gonna lie, you're missing out a lot.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tune in. That's all right. I'm gonna be up there just soon. Well, down there. I'm in Virginia, so I'm gonna be there soon. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get into this next segment. So this is a fun segment. I call it Then It All Went Left, right? So this is a segment where I talk about a situation that went like totally terrible, but led to the right path, because sometimes you got to go left to go right, right? And in this aspect of this segment, we talk more about situations that kind of took a turn for a little bit, but it ended up leading us to that right path. So I would love to know, like, has there been a situation related to following up where something went like totally left, but ended up leading to the right path? I mean, I was gonna say, you know, pandemic kind of was a whole left, but there's a lot that could go into that too. That could be a left within a left. So just would love to know more about what went left over there.
Okay, so for me, so as a financial professional, something else that Jaquez and I sharing, um, when we first got started, I had a client, an old boss. She was a potential client. She liked what we were doing as a company and personally me as an agent. And she was excited to move forward with me as a client. And so I'm like, okay, I'm really excited. This would have been a really huge sale off gate just for me, like coming out big client already. I was like, oh yeah, I'm on point. I'm ready. Like I was like on my high horse with that one.
Okay.
Then she just stopped responding at some point. I don't know if she lost interest or not. So I'm like, okay, I gotta do something to get her attention back. So I'm following up almost every day. Like I'm trying to reach out. And I started realizing, man, like I'm missing out on so many other opportunities. And like I want this client badly, but then I'm neglecting other people that I need to follow up on and other people I need to continue that relationship with. And it hurt my heart because I really wanted to get her as a client, and that would have been a great start for me. But then it made me realize that I just need to do better as an agent to where it doesn't get to a point where my following up lacks and then I end up losing a client in the process trying to make up for it, because then you lose a lot more time. So it's about building that relationship and staying consistent with it, and that's something I had to learn. And it's great that I did, but it was a bad moment for that one.
I've been there. I understand. So been there, learned. Sometimes you just gotta just keep pushing forward. You're right, because there are other clients out there. So you just gotta keep going. So best wishes. It's gonna work out. And I'm sure it worked out, right? Hey.
Of course, it definitely did. It definitely did.
Right.
It hurt, but it worked out.
Awesome. All right. And Jaquez.
Yes. So my story is going to be a little different. So one thing that I did realize, especially within marketing, is that the sales process or this connection process or that networking process, it works no matter who you're talking to, right? So in my situation, I'm going to actually tell about when I had somebody that I like, right? And I was kind of trying to, I was trying to introduce myself, try to let them know like I'm interested in you, and I kind of want to get to know you a little bit more and maybe move on from there. So actually this was in college, right? So it was a young lady, and I actually saw her in at an event, right? I saw her in an event, and then I kind of spoke to her more of like on the business side of it, because we are so a part of like an entrepreneurship club. So I spoke to her like about the entrepreneurship club and her interest in it. And then from there, it was great. Like everything went good. The next thing you know, when I kind of like, exchanged contact information, then over time, we eventually, excuse me, we eventually spoke with one another. And then over time, I never heard from her again, but I kept seeing her in person, right? So I would go speak to her, say little stuff or whatnot, but then eventually I was like, okay, hold up, I'm not finna waste my time talking to somebody that doesn't want to talk to me. And so I stopped. I just stopped talking to. I just stopped. Like took away all my interest. And then about the next semester, come to find out, I end up seeing her again, and come to find out, supposedly she was waiting on me to kind of be more aggressive the whole time, right? And I'm like, hold up, what? And then come to find out, we did kind of work. We weren't on the same page, but we were on the same page, if that makes sense. And so we eventually did end up hitting off in regards to dealing with each other. But that is my little story on how I kind of followed up, or how it went left, but then ended up going right.
All right. I love it. I love it. And they're two different instances. One's business, one's personal, which is great with networking because it's a lifestyle. It's not just for business. It's for everything, literally, including relationships. So the fact that y'all were able to communicate, even in spite of that, you still were able to be there in person and connect. So it worked out. It went right. So congrats. That's awesome. Love it.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So now we're going to get into, we got two more segments. So the first one, 100 commandments of confidence. So this is a time we talk about giving a commandment of confidence. I used to talk about commandments of confidence when I was on my social pages, like, I'm super confident. So I want to ask you guys, what would be your commandment of confidence? Confidence? Like, what is your commandment of confidence you would provide to like a listener, or that you give to yourself that you think a listener could definitely benefit from? What is your commandment of confidence? Who wants to go first? Ooh.
Commandment of confidence. So would that be something like, okay, something like an affirmation?
Yeah. So one of my episodes, like I said, thou shalt always be prepared. Preparation time is never wasted time. So confidence is knowing what you know and showing that you know what you know. You know what I mean? So like you should always be prepared. So it could really be anything that gives you confidence, honestly. So like it could be like talking to how you speak to someone, how do you approach someone, anything.
Yeah, so I don't necessarily have something right now in regards to like a good saying for it, but however, my commandment of confidence would be to always visualize your dream, right? And I think that's kind of what kind of gets me excited or confident within that moment or whatever it is that I'm doing, is that if I can kind of go back to that stage where I'm understanding, okay, let me visualize what I want and what I want to see my future like. And I think that allows me to overcome whatever obstacle I'm going through at the moment, because I know that if I can visualize each step of the way of how I'm going to get to my ultimate goal, then I know that no matter what situation I'm going through at the moment, I can still prosper and eventually get to what I was visualizing.
That sounds like a commandment to me.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
I wanted Quez to go first. I wanted to see if he was going to say this, but this is actually something I got from him recently, that when he said it, I don't know if he picked up on it. When he said it, it hit me. I was like, wow, you're definitely right. And this actually goes back into like following up with people. So he said, forget about your emotions, just like get into it, just do it, just be active in the moment. And it's like because he was telling me about how he was following up with clients and how he was starting to build and grow within his success a little bit. And I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wow, lately I've been kind of faltering from where I was, and I heard that. I'm like, you're right, I got to apply that, and I started getting a lot better with it. But that's definitely something that it picked my mindset up, because it showed me that it's not about me, it's about the impact that I'm trying to have, it's about what I'm trying to do. So I have to be able to give my full self in order to create that impact. So put your emotions to the side and get to it, get to work.
Nice. Oh, that's great. I love it. Put your emotions aside, get to work, and visualize that success. Two great commandments of confidence. And now we're going to get into the last segment, and where you can talk a little bit more about what it is that you do. So this is a follow-up hack. So, another follow-up hack, you can never follow up enough. So we just provide little hacks that can help you follow up better. Mine last week was like, review your calendar. If you review your calendar, that can help with following up. So what would you suggest be like some good follow-up tips and more about your company?
Yes. So as I mentioned when we started off, we was asking that question, how do we get those connections, right? Because that's what we do. We're all about connections, right? So there's 3 steps to gain any type of connection, right? So those 3 steps are attract, engage, convert. So you guys might have heard of that before. However, those 3 things are essential in any type of networking process, right? So oftentimes people try to skip those steps, right? So say for instance, as we mentioned, we are, financial advisors as well. So let's say for instance, I met you, Desiree, at the A&T campus, right? and you've never seen me before. So we see each other, and I say, okay, give me $10,000 of your money, and I'm gonna invest in a vehicle that's gonna protect your money from the stock market that's about to crash, right? And I just met you, but I'm a financial advisor. And I'm like, look, I know that I can protect your money. Are you gonna give me that money at that moment?
Probably not.
You're probably not, because for one, you don't know me, and then let alone can you trust me, right? So basically, at that moment, I tried to attract, engage, and convert you all at one time, right? Okay. So now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes that is possible, but most of the time, it's just not. It's just not going to work, right? So how this process should go is that, you first want to attract, right? So what that means is that you want to be seen, right? So in relation to how that relates to business wise, if you have a business, you got to think about how are you going to be seen? Are you going to be seen on social media, right? You're going to be seen through sending out emails or maybe text messages or maybe influencer marketing, right? Or even your website, Google search or SEO, those things of that nature. But then second, once I'm seen, I want to figure out how can these people engage with me or interact with me, right? So that's people following your, following your pages, liking your posts, subscribing to your channel, or even commenting, right? Or even testing out your product or a demo or something, right? So that's how you can engage business-wise, right? And then converting. Converting is all about making the sale, right? So let's go ahead and make the sale. So the sale is all about the client, right? Because the fact that you didn't skip the first two steps, you now have that data and that info on that person. So now you can personalize that sale, right? So once they purchase, now they have a genuine connection with the product or service, and now you as the business owner. So which now allows them to trust you and eventually come back and tell a friend to tell a friend. And now you have an ongoing cycle of qualified business connections.
So you said attract, engage, convert, right? Yeah. Attract, engage, convert. Okay, cool. So Jaquez, you already said that's kind of, you laid the foundation. And Justice, you about to end it off on a spiel. So go ahead.
Yeah, just a little something. So, once you build that relationship, they know and understand you, and that allows them to trust you. But you also know and understand them. You know what they want. You understand where they're coming from. You know how you can best serve them, and that's ultimately what you want to do in a relationship and networking and everything is be understanding, be empathetic to where you have an actual relationship and connection with that person outside of just, oh, this is a new person I could talk to when I need help with this. You want to actually, build that friendship. And a way to do that in terms of like following up to where you're not, just selling to them all the time. The thing is, you don't want to just sell when you follow up. You want to reach out, check up on them, see how they're doing. If you haven't heard from them in a week or so, hey, how are you today? What's going on? Just kind of update with them like you're having a regular conversation with a friend. That's how you want to treat every client. Yes, there's a professional aspect to it, but you get to that when you get to that. At first, think of it as a friendship, a relationship. We're building a bond, a connection because right now, yes, I may be following up with you in terms of business and as a client, but in the long run, we may be able to be a great resource to each other, a great connection to each other. And you want to make sure that you can gain as well as to sustain that relationship because that's the most important thing.
I like that. Gain and sustain. That's really important. And that's how you sustain friendships. That's how you gain friendships. You have to continue to reach out, continue to follow up, even like during the holidays, like, during birthdays, anything that will be like considered, thoughtful. Like, hey, I just want to check up, like you mentioned. It's all important. So I like that. So you said attract, engage, and convert. That's awesome.
Yes. And yeah, like you said about them holidays or them birthdays, yeah, if you have clients and you keep track of those birthdays because you never know how powerful or how meaningful that can be to that client when they realize, oh, you remember my birthday? And especially like what Justice mentioned, you can always just reach out just to say, hey, what's up? How you doing? How's your day going, right? And so those are the things that can really, really, help make a big transition within the business.
Nice. All right. Well, y'all are seniors. You've made it. Congratulations. When's the graduation? When y'all graduating, and what's your plans? Like, what do y'all plan on doing after you graduate?
Well, thank you very much. I think we graduate the 14th of May, if I am correct. Um, for me, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little up in the air right now. Just not because I don't know what I want to do, but because I feel like I have a few options of things that I really want to be able to do. So it's right now it's like weighing the options, between staying in this area and really, being a huge impact in this area and with
Mm-hmm.
A&T, going back home and seeing how I can affect the area back home in New Jersey. Maybe even go down to Atlanta, join that hub of black excellence and see where I could fit in with that. Or, maybe be able to go out to like a place like Chicago or something and kind of work on career wise as I work on the business on the back end. But right now it's a little toss up. It's a couple of things I want to be able to do, but we're gonna see how that go.
Awesome. We
Yeah.
love options.
Right.
Definitely.
Right. And so yeah, I'm a little bit on the same track. Well, so like we have, certain like we have our marketing business as well as us being financial advisors. So um the opportunity within those, we can do those virtually. So we can be in different areas. And that's where we're kind of still, like you mentioned, we're kind of still deciding in regards to which area would fit best. So I think that our whole thing is trying to impact as many people as possible, and really the young entrepreneurs that are trying to change the world, because we really believe that if anybody can change this world, it'd be entrepreneurs. So our thing is figuring out how can we fit best in an environment that can promote entrepreneurship and financial freedom.
I love that. Well, congratulations to you both. I'm so happy that y'all were able to join me on this podcast. This is so cool. Hopefully it'll be the last time. Feel free to let me know when y'all want to come back. Totally fine. And I will, when is it? Do you know the date for was it Aggie Fest?
Yeah, the 10th to the 17th of April.
Okay. Okay. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Okay, that's awesome. All right, Aggie Fest coming up. Potential could be a potential place to go. So I'm excited. Thank you guys again so much. And of course, let us know like where we can follow you, what else y'all got going on, websites, info. Let us know what's up, where you at, where can we find you?
On all platforms. The Connect B.I.B. So THE Connect B.I.B. You can find us there. We're on almost every platform you could think of. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We're not fully, established on YouTube just yet, but y'all will see us up there soon. Um, yeah. So, mainly we do a lot of work on Instagram. You could catch us, giving tips on marketing, how to better your business. You want to look for different businesses in the area. We also do a lot of promotion for other businesses and entrepreneurs. So yeah, definitely connect with us. We look forward to speaking with y'all, and we definitely appreciate you, bringing us on. And this is definitely not the last time because we gonna keep this on going.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun. Oh,
Yes,
go ahead. Sorry, Jaquez.
I appreciate you inviting us to this networking podcast, and that's our thing, man. We love connections, right? And we really believe that relationships is currency, right? And I think that meeting people like yourself that has that genuine passion for what you do, and when you're able to meet people like that and create that genuine connection, it's a game changer in this world. So yeah, definitely follow us and definitely tap in with us. We do provide marketing services for small businesses in regards to how do you attract clients, in regards to how do you put out social media, or also allowing you to provide you with resources such as a sales and marketing automation system that can help you track this data or that information about a client. So definitely tap in with us, and I really appreciate you having us on again, and hope this is not the last time.
Awesome. Well, this was it. Hey, nice to meet you, the Networking Podcast, the podcast that teaches you how to establish your network and maintain relationships both on and off the screen. Thank you guys so much again, and have a great rest of your day. Bye, everybody. See ya.